Happy Easter, our viewers. Welcome to Gashi's Kaman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Just 7 months in office, and the country is on its knees. Just 7 months in office, and we have not had any major crisis like that was managed by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That is something like COVID, something like terrorism, something like ICC. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, 10 years was dogged by so many crises, but he was able to manage the crisis. William Samoei Ruto has been in power for just 7 months. But one thing is very clear, that things have fallen apart. Only teachers and security agents have been paid their match salaries as we speak. And the reason why these two groups of people have been paid is because unajua walimu watapiga duru. Walimu hawezi kunyamaza. Mshahara wao ukicheleweshwa, kile ambacho watafanya ni kwanza kuteta, kulalamika na kutokea kwa barabara na migomo. And the government would not want this situation. Again, when you look at the security agents, it's a very critical docket. If they are not paid, do you think they are going to stop maandamano? Do you think they are going to support the government? And it's just a matter of time when these two groups also join the others. If you go to the counties, ni kilio cha mishahara, kilio cha haki. Kukiwa na baadhi ya magatuzi mengine, the last time they paid, I understand, was in December. 3-4 months salary arrears, and they have not been paid. These people have families. These people have loans to service. These people are living from hand to mouth. They are working beggars. Kwamba wamevalia suti na tai, lakini ukiwainamisha kichwa chini miguu juu, hamna hata shilingi moja wala dururu ambayo inaweza kuoga sakafu. Maskini wa Mungu. And this is very serious. Since independence, we have never had such a crisis. The government has never been unable to pay the civil servants. It is the first time that this thing is happening. And when you look at the country, there is no meaningful development that is taking place. No major infrastructure projects. You remember, for those of you who remember the late Mwai Kibaki, Mwai Kibaki was a man on a mission. He had a clarion call for a working nation. And Kibaki legacy is the one that laid the foundation of this nation. Indeed, major projects like Thika Superhighway were undertaken during that time. Nakumbuka jambo moja, wakati ambapo alikuwa akimaliza hatamu zake za uongozi, even Orego, who was so much opposed to him, told him and told the nation, mzee, tumekuwa tukikupiga, lakini jambo moja hatuwezi tukalipiga. When you look at the country, you would see roads everywhere, construction of roads everywhere. And he changed the face of Kenya. Kenyans were respected. And for the first time, the Britain's old institutions wakasahau kiinchi ya Kenya kwa sababu Kibaki was dealing with them on his own terms. The West, led by North America, Canada, and Britain, and others, respected Kenya because they realized Kenya was on the right trajectory. But now what we have, no meaningful development is taking place. And anytime the Bretton Woods institution would visit, that is the World Bank and IMF, the International Mother and Father, wakati wote ambapo wanakuja tunajua siku hizi kutokana na yale vile ambavyo unaona serikali ikijaribu kujizatiti kufanya mambo hapa na pale. But all said and done, no major development is taking place in this great republic. We have seen the government launching the projects. A project like that of the road that is from Donyojeru all the way to Wajohi, Demi, up to Captain. That road was launched in 2018. I myself have traveled from Captain, that road all the way to where? To almost Wajohi. And that was, I think, a year ago. And the road was superb. Tarmac, high-class tarmac. But we are seeing the government trying to relaunch a project that was started by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and it has been ongoing. And people are like asking hard questions. What is happening? I believe this is something that is meant to hoodwink the public. Ndio wananchi wajaribu kuona ya kwamba kuna maendeleo ambayo yanaendelea. Ndio wakati ambapo hiyo barabara, wakati ambapo itakuwa imeshakarabatiwa, many people would start thinking that it is Kenya Kwanza government that has done that road. I believe even the money to complete that road project had been allocated. This country, for sure, is on its knees. And that is why it is very busy relaunching projects that were started by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Even that drug company, Pfizer, was a project of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. There is no major project that this government has started. When you look at this country, the cost of living is very high. Wakati ambapo nilimuona rais akijaribu kuwashtumu wananchi kwa kuvalia sufuria kichwani, I asked myself, does the president really understand the situation in Kenya? Does he really understand what is happening on the ground? Kwa sababu kusema kweli, many people are sleeping hungry. Many people cannot be able to have 3 square meals in a day. This has never happened before. Though we can also say that there was drought, yes, but the rains has come. The rains have come. Even now, as I go on air, it is raining in Kiambu. But what we can say is that when I look at the situation, and you remember the government was able to remove subsidies, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had cautioned people through subsidies. So we cannot talk of the government not having money. This government is collecting trillions and trillions of money. Indeed, when the government stopped the subsidies, I believe by stopping the subsidies, UGA subsidies alone, the government could be able to save 10 billion in a week. By removing fuel subsidies, the cost of fuel, the cost of petrol rose by Kenya shilling 25 per litre. If you do your maths, surely 25 shillings per litre, how much petrol is consumed in Kenya in a day. If you multiply that by Kenya shilling 25, because that is the increase, how much does the government collect? Or not even collect, let's talk about save, because hizi pesa zilikuwa for subsidies. And it's not that Kenyans are not paying taxes. Indeed, one thing that William Samoei Ruto did when he took over power is to tax Kenyans. Income gain, VAT, everything is being overtaxed. And that means that the government is collecting a lot of money in form of taxes. And now the big question is, where is the money going? Why is the government broke? Why is it that the government cannot be able to pay its workers? Where is the money going? But I want you to look at one thing. Look at KRA, the Kenya Revenue Authority. Look at the people who are leading this important body. You realize that majority of these people, some of them have court cases. Some of them associated with the economy. Some of these people, how they were employed, yet they cannot even pass chapter 6 of the Constitution. That chapter talks about ethics and leadership and integrity. They cannot pass that chapter. Yet they are the people who are leading KRA. Go to Central Bank. You find same group of people leading such an important body, but kile ambacho tunajua ni kwamba wana kesi ambazo bado hazijaamuliwa. Wengine, some have also been accused of economic crime. So these are the people who are collecting our money. These are the people who are expected to lead this nation to greater heights of economic development. So the big question is, because now Kenyans are paying taxes, I'm paying taxes, you are paying taxes. Indeed, even this video will be taxed if you don't know. Once it is uploaded, because it is monetized channel, the government is taxing the internet heavily. Indeed, we are being taxed more than any other country. When it comes to the transactions, money transactions, even M-Pesa, bank transactions, utaona kwamba watu wanalipa pesa nyingi sana. Watu wanalipa pesa nyingi sana. When you are sending money, you are taxed. When you withdraw your money, you are taxed. Indeed, even school fees increased. So we cannot say that people are not paying money. We cannot say that the government is not collecting money. So does it mean that these people are collecting money wakiweka kwa mifuko yao? Kwa sababu hivi ndivyo ambavyo tunaweza tukasema. And I want to thank Opio Wadai, the minority leader, for writing to the government to investigate KRA in Central Bank. I think if I come across that letter, I'll read it or post it in his channel. Because I believe he did the right thing. A country where the leaders are spending money with their girlfriends in foreign countries. As we talk, there's a governor who has not been in Kenya, I think for 15 days now, in a foreign country, akitumia tu pesa ambazo tunasema hamna. And maybe when you go to the county where he is a governor, you realize that he has not paid the workers. He has not paid maybe even the cleaners, the person who cleans his office. Maybe has not even been paid. So, this is the country for you. We have also seen the executive transversing the globe from one country to the other. We have seen the trade CS traveling all over the world. Na haendi peke yake. He's not alone. He's using my money. He's using your money. And if it is public debt, indeed, somebody was telling me in Treasury that April will be a month like no other. That is the time the government is clearing a number of debts. So you'll be in a major economic crisis. You better brace for the worst. Kwa sababu kile ambacho tunaona katika nchi hii ni kwamba ule wizi ambao uko katika nchi hii haujawahi kuonekana katika mahali pengine. I believe this should not happen when we are celebrating Easter. Remember, imagine working and going for work every day. Easter ndio hii, huna hata dururu, huna hata chochote. Alafu, how do you explain even to your children? How do you explain? How do you tell them that the importance of going to work? Again, I remember when I was preparing this video, I thought about the clarion call of UDA that freedom is coming. And now that Kenya Kwanza took over the reign of leadership, is this the freedom that they were talking about? Is this the kind of freedom we are talking about? Freedom where civil servants go for months without pay. Freedom where the price of commodities increases every day. Freedom where parents cannot afford to pay school fees. Indeed, there's a school fees crisis in this country. A friend of mine was telling me in a private school that the parents have refused to pay. And he told me he has never seen this before, and he was considering closing down the school because the parents were not paying. Not that they don't want to pay, but they have no money. We are in a crisis. The country is on its knees. And if something is not done drastically, I believe that this country will collapse. And that is why you see many people joining Raila Amolo Odinga. If Raila Amolo Odinga calls mass action, I'll tell you, it is just a matter of time before even the security agents joins him. If he calls for mass action and the situation continues like this, he is going to attract very many followers. Indeed, I believe every day UDA is losing its supporters. And when you look at our leaders, wao ni kuweka tu matuba yao. Ni kuweka tu. They are dying of overeating. How Kenyans are dying of hunger. Imagine. Ni minofu ya nyama. Minofu ya nyama ya kuku. Minofu ya nyama ya nguruwe. Minofu. Some of them slaughter several goats every week just to entertain. Just to entertain people. And this is happening in a country where people are crying for food on the table. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, this country is in the wrong trajectory. Yes, remember what UDA used to tell Kenyans? That things were very bad they would fix everything within 100 days. Nikichukua Biblia tu, nikiweka Biblia chini tu, bei ya unga itarudi shilingi 100. Now, we are in a very precarious situation. Tuko katika hali mbaya sana. And only God can save this country. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you're watching this video from. But let's remember to pray for a great republic, because things have gone south. And till next time, have a blessed Easter. Bye-bye.